Colors, colors everywhere. Everybody likes colors, and so do I. Hi everyone, my name is Hridhaan, and I welcome each one of you with a very big heart on Let's Talk. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about some phrases, very interesting phrases that have the component of colors embedded in it. So if you like colors and if you want to know vocabulary that has colors involved in it, then stay tuned with me and enjoy the lesson. First phrase that we have that has color in it is baby blues. Everybody knows what a baby is, but everybody also knows blue color, how blue color looks like. But not everybody knows the combination of these two words together. What does it mean? Baby blues means having mood swings and depression. Now, a lot of times, especially in our world today, with so much technology and such fragile emotions, people get into depression quite easily. And they say, oh my God, I'm going through a depression. I'm really sorry, can't talk. But there's another way of talking about it. And you can say baby blues. What can you say? Baby blues. For example, it has been more than 5 days. She has been suffering with baby blues. She has been suffering with depression. She is sad, not talking to anybody, not as social. So what is happening to her? She is becoming baby blues. She's getting into baby blues, depression. So, nice vocabulary that you can use to talk about mood swings and depression. Let us now move to the next phrase, color up. What is color up? For example, if you add colors to something, does it color up? Yes, it does. But what is the meaning of this phrasal verb together? It means to blush. For example, if somebody compliments you, are you somebody who just blushes quite a lot when you receive a compliment? Well, then you color up. Let's see how we can use it as an example here. She colors up whenever people appreciate her beauty. Seems like this woman is quite beautiful, and she receives a lot of compliments as well, time and again. What happens to her? She colors up. She, ding ding dong, what happens? She blushes when people compliment her beauty. Are you beautiful as well? And do you color up too when people appreciate your beauty? Please do let me know in the comment section below using the vocabulary color up. The next phrase is in the red. Red is a very interesting color, right? But when we use in the red, it changes to owe money to somebody. Very sad situation, very bad situation, and quite dangerous situation. When you owe money to somebody. That means when you lended money from someone, when you borrowed money from someone, and now you have to give it back. That situation is called in the red. For example, the company is in the red ever since the CEO joined. Seems like this CEO isn't doing a very good job. Ever since the CEO arrived, the company has been in the red. That means in debt. The company owes a lot of money to somebody else. Good CEO, bad CEO. You decide. In the red. The next phrase that involves color in it is pitch dark. Now, personally, I have seen a lot of people using this phrase pitch dark. Pitch here actually means absolutely. Dark means no color. So it means absolutely dark in color. It can be anything. You can talk about it was, for example, imagine if you walk into a room and it was completely dark inside. Dark does not mean strong in color. It means there was no light inside of it. So what do you say? You say it was pitch dark. For example, her new dress is pitch dark in color. That means it's not colorless, but whatever color it has, it's very, very dark in that sense. But as I said in the foregone statement, it can also be used for, let's say, a room that has no light in it. So you could say the room was pitch dark. That means there was no light in it. Another example of this is here that I mentioned for you. The dress was pitch dark. That means it had a very, very strong color. The next phrase in the list is red rag to bull. What is red rag to bull? Everybody has seen a bull. Do you think that the bull likes red color? The moment bull sees the red color, what happens? The bull becomes angry. Such is the meaning of this phrase actually. It means something that will cause an angry reaction. For example, if you do something to someone, that causes a lot of anger in that person. So, red rag to bull. For example, don't tell him you eat meat. It's like a red rag to a bull. That means do not tell, let's say, your girlfriend who is a vegetarian that that you eat meat. She might get really angry because you lied to her before that you're a vegetarian. So it's like a red rag to the bull. She might or he might get really angry. The next phrase in the list is bolt from the blue. Now, remember the pronunciation here. It's not bolt, the strong O sound. It is O sound. What is it? It's O sound, bolt. Bolt from the blue actually means something that leaves you completely surprised. For example, let's say your friend who studies in New York comes down one day at your home without telling you. Now, it was a bolt from the blue because you never expected that that friend would come without telling you, and the person just surprised you out of the blue. So what is it? Bolt from the blue. Example time. The news that he's leaving the company came like a bolt from the blue. So there's a colleague. He is actually leaving the company or is asked to leave, and the news came to just about everybody on floor. And somebody is saying the news that he's leaving came bolt from the blue. That means it was quite a surprising news. Let us now look at the next example. Next is in the black. In the black is quite a positive phrase actually, and is an endeavor, is a dream for a lot of people. But what is in the black? In the black means making profit or being financially secure. Making profit or being financially secure. Let's see in an example. Until my finances are in the black, I don't want to get married. This is what a lot of people say who are forced to get married by their parents. They say, well, until I'm in the black, I don't want to get married. That means until I'm financially secure, I don't want to get married. This is how you can use in the black. Are you somebody who wants to get financially secured as well before you get married? Please do write an example in the comments section below to let us know about it. The next phrase in the list that includes color in it is out of the blue. Out of the blue is quite an interesting phrase. Quite an interesting phrase. And it means unexpected. It is quite similar to bolt from the blue, and they're more like sister brothers. Bolt from the blue, out of the blue. And they both mean something surprising, something unexpected. Example time. One day, out of the blue, that means one day, absolutely unexpectedly, she announced that she was leaving. She announced that she was leaving the company. And that was a surprise to just about everyone in the company. And that was out of the blue. Absolutely unexpected. The next one in the list is into the blue. So we've spoken about out of the blue. We've spoken about bolt from the blue. Now is the third one that includes the color blue in it. Please don't think that blue is my favorite color. Well, black is my favorite color. Good time to interact. Do let me know what is your favorite color. Into the blue means completely lost or disappeared. So let's say if you have a friend who you were very good, you were in a close relationship with, but that person just disappeared one day, lost someday, got lost someday somewhere. That is the situation wherein we say into the blue. The person just got into the blue. That means the person just completely disappeared. For example, I have no idea where my keys have gone. They seem to have disappeared into the blue. They seem to have disappeared into the blue. That means they seem to have just completely lost. Haven't got a clue where my keys are. Have you lost something recently? Have you gotten something into the blue recently? What was that? Next phrase on the list is see red. What is the meaning of see red? See red has a very interesting phrase, has a very interesting meaning. It says, become very angry suddenly. So when something happens to you, your face turns red. Now, that is the situation that is used here. See red. That means the person looks like really angry because all the blood in the body is rushing to the face of the person and everything has turned red. For example, people who don't finish a job really make me see red. Really make me see red. That means really make me very, very angry. This was the last phrase in the list of talking about colors. Now, if you do like colors and you want to use these phrases, I'd like and urge each one of you to start using them today because they're very, very interesting. Thank you very much for being with me on this lesson, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. God bless and take care.